Hello and welcome back to day 4 of week 4 of my Bulgarian training. Today was the same weights as yesterday, although it was a bench press day and not an overhead press day. I felt strong today and solid. I will always detect minor variations in between days. However, today was pretty much as planned. A solid squat, not as fast as I would like, couldn't involve the hips and glutes enough. But it still felt strong and I could have put at least 10 kilos more on easily. An 80 kilogram bench press. This is 7.5 kilos from the best I've ever done in my life and 10 kilos away from the goal of this Bulgarian training cycle. 10 measly kilos to go from 80 to 90. My body weight is also holding fairly steady. I'm not forcing it up or down, it's pretty much maintaining it, and it's going to do what it's going to do. I know that if I keep increasing the weights, I'll gain so much muscle so that even if I'm losing fat at the same time, the muscle will surpass the fat. The muscle gain will surpass the fat loss, and shortly I should start gaining weight. Especially if I can manage to increase the general stress levels in my life, I'll be able to gain 2 kilos of water retention due to cortisol. However, right now I'm having a Christmas break. I have absolutely no stresses in my life at all, and therefore I'm not retaining any extra water. Power clean was pretty bad today in comparison to yesterday, but I mean the squat was pretty bad as well, so what can you expect? I mean, you're always going to have good and bad days, so the power clean was still solid, and I've still clearly made progress from last week. If you go and compare the footage from the beginning of last week to the end of this week, you can clearly see a visible progression at the same weight. Onto the rows. Here on the first set, I did 13 reps because it was a 12 rep set, and I thought I had done 6 when I did 7. So I just did an extra row because I had the energy to do that. And in doing so, I realized afterwards that already proved that I will survive next week's of rows as well. I just have to put my head down and focus on the floorboards and the pain in my lats and continue rowing, and I will be able to continue to add reps. The goal of this Bulgarian training cycle is to get to 3 sets of 20 reps on these rows. So that basically means I have to add around 8 reps. 8 measly little reps, and we will have the strength to deadlift the magical 160 kilo number, which is only a roadblock, only a temporary goal, because as you all know, my true plan for this year is a 200 kilogram deadlift. My plan was to add around 60 kilos to my lifetime best in a year, and it will only be possible through pain pretty much every day, and that's what I'm doing with these rows. I'm supplying a sufficient amount of fatigue so that I'm always slightly fatigued in my lats, biceps, and all the other muscles, and therefore I'm constantly recovering. All the time when I sleep, I'm constantly growing as long as I sleep long enough, as long as I eat enough. So this training is, like I've already said, it's about having an iron will and having consistency. It's not about having one day that absolutely floors you. It's about doing serious hard work every day for weeks and weeks and weeks and months, and then you'll get there. And that's what I'm doing with this 12-week Bulgarian cycle, which you will only see about 10 weeks of in total, since I didn't film the first week and a half. Here you can clearly see once again the chin-ups. I'm a lot stronger on chin-ups than I am on rows. And I take a slightly longer rest before my chin-ups than I do before my rows. But still you can clearly see that my lats are stronger than my upper back. although I do know that my upper back is catching up as well. See you guys tomorrow.